joining us at Superstars of Sports. I'm your host, Chicken George. Today I'm joined by Chicken DiBiase.
Yeah. Yo.
How's everybody doing today? Thank y'all for having me. Purple Power. Y'all see we in the building, man. Our Purple Nation, man. Where y'all at, man? Stand up. Chicken Yo Hurl. Y'all see what I'm on today. Y'all see what time I'm on today. Cut it out. Thank y'all for having me today. Thank y'all for having me. Ravens keep their playoff hopes alive Saturday night at Lambeau Field, beating the Packers 41-24. Behind Derrick Henry's 4-touchdown performance. Derrick finished the night with 36 carries, 216 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging 6 yards per carry. The Ravens offense flowed through him from start to finish. From the opening drive, Baltimore made it clear they wanted to establish the run. Derrick Henry punished Green Bay through the tackles, consistently won at the point of attack. By halftime, he had already scored 3 touchdowns, giving the Ravens full control of the game. In the second half, the Ravens continued to rely on Henry to manage the game. He consistently turned short gains into first downs and kept the Packers' offense off the field. Baltimore controlled the tempo and dictated the pace through the run game. Late in the fourth, Derrick delivered the final blow. He broke through free with a 25-yard touchdown run, effectively sealing the victory. The run showcased his power, balance, and finishing ability. They also got a little help from Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they now have a showdown this week for the AFC North. So, fellas, we've been here for the past few weeks, revisiting the same topic. So I ask you again, are the Ravens getting in? We're going to start with you, DiBiase.
Here we are again. Come on, man. I ain't moving. I ain't getting off my pick. I ain't changing. I ain't flip-flopping. Of course we getting in. You see it now, right? You see what time we on now, right? We'd like to thank Shedeur and the Cleveland Browns for helping us get in the playoffs. We love y'all for life for that, man. They said that Shedeur was going to come to the Ravens. He came to the Ravens. Thanks, Shedeur. It must have been a good conversation between him and Snoop, because they definitely got it done for us. So we take our hats to them. Again, do I think they're getting in? Hell yeah. Shit yeah. We had the best odds to win it this year. 11%, 13% out of all of the teams. Right? So we caused some injuries early, we caused some losses, and that put us in a bad situation. We couldn't stop nobody early. And, it took us out of it, kind of like mentally, whereas though we fighting back. But now we didn't fought all the way back. And I mean, as well as every team would want to go be the best and just cruise, who has it better than us, man? Who has it better than us? We got a chance to get into the playoffs, which we still would be one of the top contenders for the Super Bowl. Then we would have to be able to advance to go to the playoffs. We would have to do nothing other than play our rival. Oh, man. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Nobody has it better than us. Nobody has it better than us. We knocked the Steelers off. That's just something we want to do every day, walking down the street. If we see a Steeler, we'll trip him, push him over, kick him in his butt, whatever we think. But to beat the Steelers, oh man, it ain't nothing like that. It ain't nothing like that, right? So for us to be able to get into the playoffs on this one win, then we would, not only would we get in the playoffs, we would knock them out of it, right? We would knock them out of contention. So we wouldn't even see them around the playoffs. Oh man, God is good. God is good all the time, man. That's called poetic justice. That's what that's called. Poetic justice, right? Not only, like I said, do I see us getting in, I see them doing damage. They're my pick for the year. So, can't wait till this week, till we play the Steelers. It's going to be a live game. There's going to be some fighting. There's going to be some cussing and fussing. But it's going to be an electric atmosphere. I can't wait. And I can't wait to get into the wild card. Hell no. Come on, man. Stop tripping. Hell no. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. I can't really say what happened, with the Steelers against the Browns. But, every dog get lucky one day. So, I mean, we talking about luck. We talking about, luck. Do I think the Ravens getting in? No, hell no. They're not beating the Steelers. It just is what it is. They're definitely not going to beat them with Tyler Huntley. No. Y'all best bet is to have Lamar running around, making plays. But if Lamar not running around, making plays, and I don't, there's no report on if he going to play or not. I believe he got a broken rib, but they ain't reporting that. Then no, I don't see them beating them. I don't see them getting to no playoffs. I don't see them being able to overcome the Steelers. The Steelers mentally got them this year, I believe, and just we know the history of not 100%, but we know that the Ravens, like I said last week, will give you a heart attack. All right, they found a way to give you a heart attack. This is another one. Right now, they took themselves out of playoff situation. Now they crawled all the way back into it. So now they on the last game of the season. I mean, will the last game dictate if they're going to get in? No. They still got John Harbaugh, who everybody want to get rid of. They still got Lamar, who they talking about trading now. Outside of this game this week, I mean, maybe they should have a good week of practice, but maybe that doesn't make it better, right? Like if Henry come in this one game and have 4 touchdowns, last week you take them out and they don't win, like that's more to talk about this week around town, around the camp, around the locker room. So I just think they got an uphill battle. Outside of, I just think the Steelers the better team. I think the Steelers got the better coach, and I think they better equipped to go handle business this year. The losses that the Ravens was taking, the Steelers was beating them. The Steelers beat the Lions. The Steelers beat some of the tougher games. The Steelers, who else did the Steelers beat? The Steelers beat the Ravens. The Steelers beat the Patriots. So, I mean, I like the Steelers over them. That's just flat out. Do I think they're going to get in? No. Do I think the Ravens are going to find a way to choke it away? Yes. And that's just what I believe. Saturday night in Green Bay was not about schemes or trick plays. It was about Derrick Henry lining up, running downhill, and imposing his will on the Packers defense. The performance was one of the most dominating rushing displays of the season. Derrick Henry proved he remains a premier late-season back capable of carrying an offense. The win kept Baltimore firmly in the playoff race and reinforced their identity as a physical football team. What 3 words would you give Henry's performance this past weekend? We're going to start with you, Yo Hero. Henry, 3 words. What would LeBron say? About damn time. About damn time. That's the 3 words I got for it. He 200 yards. Yeah, good job. 4 touchdowns. Yeah, but why we wasn't been saying this? I just said last week, this guy was stiff arming niggas' helmets in the dirt when we played them with the Titans. But, we not getting the same outcome. You fumbling, you walking off the court, grabbing your head, ugly as shit. Ugh, looking like a lion. Man, that shit ain't helping nobody. We need you to hold that ball high and tight, high and tight. You feel me? That shit, other than that, you just, I don't know what you is, a big fullback. But I mean, he looked pretty good. He looked pretty good on Saturday. I can't say that. He was busting out the. He was like a horse coming out of Preakness. So I mean, about damn time. That's all I got to say. I think it's just too little, too late. So I mean, they should have been kind of riding this wave all season, especially being as though Lamar was out. You know, I mean, but they have been giving him the ball. But 36 carries, career high in point. I mean, career high in tied his career high in touchdowns. So I mean, kudos to him. But yeah, about damn time. With 3 words for the performance, I would say oh Henry boy. Oh Henry boy. That's all I say when I see him running. Man, that boy look good, man. That boy look good, man. 4 TDs. Man, you can't beat that, man. 200 yards. You can't beat that, man. That boy looked good. He looked good. Good. Right? Yeah, he had some fumbles the last week. You know, he been having his issues with fumbling this season, but the time is now. We're going into the playoffs. This is the time that don't nobody want to tackle him. This is the time that people is making business decisions, trying to get out the way. Do they want to be hurt on vacation with their wife, or do they want to be at peace on vacation with their wife? Because you're going on vacation either way. They let the Ravens in the playoffs. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy for some of them. Them Josh Allens. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And I ain't going to move too fast on that. But just going back into Derrick Henry, he did what he did, man. 200 yards, 36 carries. They gave him the ball, kept feeding him. And he showed why we got him. That was the reason that we signed him, so that he can do that type of shit, mash it up, run people over. He stiff-armed the one dude about 5-6 yards back. Just yeah. So, man, old Henry boy. That's my words. Old Henry boy. Yes, sir. Getting one step closer to the playoffs. We still have a little, turmoil going on around the Ravens camp. However, a win next week against the Steelers could make everything better. But a loss, I believe, could do a lot of damage over there. So we had the talks throughout the week, which I've never heard before, but they're starting to talk about Lamar actually not being there. Every time they lose, they always talk about Harbaugh not being there. So, in your opinion, fellas, which one stays? Will they be keeping Harbaugh, or will they be keeping Lamar? Oh, which one leaves? Which one leaves? Will the Ravens be letting go of Coach Harbaugh, or will the Ravens be letting go of Lamar Jackson? All right, we're gonna start with you on this one, DiBiase. When we talk about should somebody leave, should somebody lose their job, should somebody be moved from job to job, man, that's crazy, man. This dude been here 16, damn near 20 years, but we want to get rid of him. It's just crazy to me. Who do I think should go? Neither one of them. Neither one of them, man. How we going to get rid of Lamar, 2-time, almost 3 or 4-time MVP Jackson, man? He should have won the MVP last year. Josh Allen won it. It's a situation where he been so much better than everybody that they say, you know what? It's no fair. We're going to get rid of the nigga that's no fair. We're going to get rid of the nigga they said that's a cheat mode. We would do that. You remember when we was younger and they had Michael Vick? He was out and we was playing the game. Everybody wanted to get Michael Vick on the video game because you couldn't stop him. We got another video game guy and we want to get rid of him? I must be missing something. We got a coach that's a leader. Our coach is a leader, man. Like, it's one thing to have a coach that's X's and O's. Yeah, go over here, run this play, block him. He go over here, he gonna run over here, he gonna throw to that, he gonna be open. Yeah, that works. Andy Reid, yeah, that works too, right? Andy Reid, one of those type of guys, right? But our coach is a leader, man. Like, He ain't all glamorous and all that like flashy, like just men. Men, let's go do our job. Let's go handle what we gotta do. When you got somebody that can reiterate that to you daily, week in and week out, season in, season out, like that's invaluable. Like that's invaluable. Like they will find out letting him go that he was more valuable to us than we thought. So that's why I say neither one, man. We definitely not letting the MVP go, and we not letting the leadership of John Harbaugh go. Like that's just stupid. He comes from leadership with his dad, with being around different coaching. He was a coach as a young man, 20 years old, starting to learn how to shape minds, learning how to work with people, learning how to build relationships. And what we want to do, we want to go find somebody that's a top scoring coach or top, man, just stick with what you got. Stop chasing waterfalls, man. Stick to what you know. Stick to what you know. It is not no too many coaches out there that's better than them that can coach this team though. It's not just about if the coach is good or bad or if he got X's and O's. What's a good fit for this club, right? That's John Harbaugh. He's a good fit for this club. And, that's why I think we need to get off all that other mess, man. I say blow this shit up. Blow it up, because that's what they've been talking about all week, blowing it up. What they going to do? They're going to get rid of Lamar. They're going, like, that's news to me. Getting rid of Lamar is news to me, right? But go ahead, blow it up. Blow it up. If it ain't going, if it ain't going to do nothing, if it ain't going to, if it ain't going to be successful, if Lamar keep getting hurt, he can't stay on the field, if he got situations where he taking off, if he getting a splinter and he's saying he can't play a game, that's an issue. If he got a broke rib and he can't play, that's one thing. But is it always the case? It seemed like when he was, going through his contract situation, it could have been a situation where he could have played. Now, maybe he was protecting himself, which is understandable, but, is that every case in every situation? Do we think Brady would have went back out on the field, if he was hurt or if he was almost unable to play, depending on whatever situation you want to put him in? I think that they maybe need to go ahead and give it a try. If they can get a lot, they should be able to get a lot for Lamar, right? So they've been talking this week about possibly trading him. You should be able to get a lot. They talking about sending them to the Dolphins. You should be able to get a lot. Dolphins not going to the playoffs, so that's a good pick right there. Ravens not going to the playoffs, so that's a good pick right there. So y'all not going. The Ravens not going. The Dolphins not going. Do I think they want to get the little kid from college coming in? You might as well go get him. If you try and get rid of Lamar, you might as well go get him. They got the Heisman kid. I mean, he don't really fit our style, I don't think, but maybe we going to a different style. Who knows, man? This week at the Ravens has been very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable, man, with all of the fumbling, with the losing, when we get in the playoffs, nail biting, bag biting, every other biting that they got going around there. But, I say, if anything, let Lamar go. I mean, the coach a pretty good coach to me. Lamar, they can get way more for Lamar than they can get for John Harbaugh. They can just let him go get another coach. But they will be able to, kind of do like a Bo Jackson type of situation with Emmett type thing. They can get a lot of pieces for Lamar. Maybe four players. Some defense, you can get a lineman, then you can get another quarterback. But what quarterback they gonna get, I don't know. But the way how they try to make it, they got, Lamar ain't nothing but just average quarterback. So, he ain't making no noise out there. Go ahead, trade him, get some pieces, start over. With the playoffs getting a step closer, we got probably two teams that haven't been decided yet, one for the AFC, one for the NFC. So we still want to see where the Ravens are going to end up at, and we also going to see what's going to be going on with the top seed for the NFC as well. With that being said, fellas, what is your playoff prediction? Okay, we're going to start this one with you, Yo Hero. Who do you see, what two teams do you see representing the AFC and the NFC? And then after that, which team would you see coming out on top? I like, of course, the Steelers to get in. Representing the AFC, I just think I'm going to go with the Steelers. Like I said, it got something to do with the division. It got something to do with just, sticking with my guns, really. And then I'm going to go probably with the Rams. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams. Right, they can score. That's why, I don't think that they're going to get it done. But, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. So I like the Steelers, of course. Then on the other side, I like the Rams, man. They pretty high powered the offense. They score a lot of points. And when it comes to the playoffs, that's what you need. As well as, they say defense win championships. Rightfully so. You need points to put up on the board. This is football. This ain't every other sport. Every sport more so, yeah, defense win championships. But football, a fumble here, a fumble there, a drop pass, it ain't always the defense that causes a fumble. Sometimes it's different situations, In the situation of who I think going to represent the NFC, I'm probably going to go with the Rams. The Eagles, they don't seem like they got the same swagger they had as last year. The Bears, some of these other teams, I just think that they not ready yet. At least, if I don't go with the Rams, then I'm gonna go with the. Matter of fact, I ain't going with the Rams. I'm going with the Niners. That's what I'm going with. I'm gonna go with the Niners. I'm gonna change my pickup. I think the Niners and the Rams are right there, kind of together. I think the defense is just a little bit better for the Niners though. So I'm gonna go with the Niners. So I got the Steelers and the Niners, with the Steelers going on and getting it done. Of course, I'm going with the Ravens. I'm gonna have to say NFC. There's a few teams that I kind of like over there. That's been winning. I like the Bears. I like them. I like the Niners, of course, my old Niners from back in the day, and I like the Eagles. The Eagles. So out of those three, the Eagles won it last year. The Niners don't seem as strong as the Eagles. Bears, they could go either way. I'm going to go with the Eagles, man. I'm going to go with the Eagles. They got that tush push. That tush push, man, that shit work, man. Eagles, they got a certain swag. They got a good quarterback, right? Leader, no fear. He'll take the blame in the loss, and he'll give out the credit in a win. So, I like Shorty, man. I probably had to go with them. And then, of course, I'm going with the Ravens to beat them. The top bird of them all. Of course, I'm going with the Ravens over the Eagles, man, all day, man. It ain't even no question, man. They knocked us off. They knocked us off last year. But I think if when we get back in there, we can go ahead and get them, man. I think we can get them. Matter of fact, did they beat us this year? No, that was last year. Yeah, that was last year they got us. So I think that right now the defense is playing a little bit more better, a little bit more inspired. And then the playoffs kind of like, size you a little bit more. So, hopefully we can be playing off of those fumes and that momentum from this, these last couple weeks, and just fuel us all the way up to the Super Bowl. So, Ravens and Eagles, and then, we're going to finish with the Ravens to win it all. NBA Christmas, one of the biggest days of the year for the NBA. This year did not disappoint. The first game, actually started off with a comeback, Cavs and Knicks. Then we went on to the Spurs and the Thunder. The Mavericks lost to the Warriors. The Rockets defeated the Lakers, and the Timberwolves lost to the Nuggets. We're going to just cover the Knicks game, the Spurs and the Thunder, and the Timberwolves game. So starting with this Knicks game. Knicks erased a 17-point fourth quarter deficit. Jalen Brunson scored 34, while the Knicks closed the game with defensive stops and timely shot making. What happened? What was the cause of this comeback? I think that the Knicks had it. I think that Brunson had it. Right? They in that championship mindset. They just won the NBA Cup, and you know they kind of like feel like they one of the top clubs around. I mean, I do. I think they're one of the top clubs around over East in the Eastern Conference. Cavs, you know, they didn't do they didn't do what they needed to do to sustain the lead. It was a lot of momentum. It was a lot of ball movement for the Knicks. They let the white boy come in and, you know, cook their head off. So I just feel like that mindset is different. Their mindset is different. Like well, I can't say we. It's just been 2 years, but everybody don't seem to put the respect on the NBA Cup, right? They look at it like it's not you don't get a banner for it, and it's kind of like frowned upon in a way. Everybody was happy that they got paid $500,000. They was able to help some of the other staff members around around the locker room or what so have you with with some money, but. I just think that mindset is different now, man. This year, they got to the Western Conference. They got to the Eastern Conference final last year. Won on a loss on the Game 7. So it's like, it's not like it was any dominance like last year, right? It wasn't any dominance. It just was who was better on a better night. Now, like I said, they did go down to the Pacers, but Pacers gone this year. They're probably not going to be a playoff team this year, which is like what other team is going to step up? The Celtics is not the team that they were last year with Tatum being out. So it's like, okay, they can kind of bump up a little bit as a top dog. Then they go in and win the NBA Cup, so it just does something to their mind. So I just think that they in their championship mindset. That's all that happened. Their mind is changing. A light switch has flipped on, as they say. And they're ready, man. Brunson is doing what he do. Cat playing, inspired. And everybody else, man, they just seem like they ready to be the cast, to support Brunson and, get it done for the Knicks. I mean, there's only one thing that we can say happened. What happened in any other situation when this happens? They choked. It ain't nothing else. They choked. 17 or what have you in the fourth. Donovan Mitchell couldn't find a shot, but at the same time, I feel like they let him back in the game too late. 6 minutes, they was down, coming back, chipping away the whole time, chipping. Momentum. And then, here it is, we let them like get back in it. Like, nah, man, they choked. That's just flat out. Those guys that was coming in off the bench, they wasn't able to uphold the lead. And that's what happens. Brunson came in doing what he do. I just think, I would lean a little bit more toward Brunson because they was playing good. Cat was playing good. Bridges. But at the same time, it was just more so of a collapse that I felt like I was seeing. So, I'm going to go with, they choked it away pretty much. The Spurs defeat the Thunder the third time this year so far. Would you say that the Spurs have the Thunder's number? You heard? Spurs and Thunder, I just feel like, we could say they got that number, but I just think they giving them too much respect right now. Like, yeah, Wemby is gonna be that one day, but they ain't done shit yet. They just had a losing record last year. This is the same team. They might got one or two new pieces. They brought the point guard in, let the other point guard go. So it's like, okay, All right, cool. Do I think that they're better than them? Does this conversation really matter? Because this can happen. Like, this happens sometimes. Some teams beat this team. Now they'll go and wash them in the playoffs. Now they beat them all these different times in the regular season. Now in the playoffs, they'll go and play them and get washed. So sometimes that was just like how kind of like OKC was with Golden State. That's how Shea felt against the Warriors. He felt inspired. He wanted to play against Steph, to his best ability. And they may be the same way. They're young just as well as the Thunder are young. So, we might be seeing a good rivalry brewing for, years to come. But I just think they're giving him too much respect right now. Yeah, he's going to be good. He is. He is 7'8". But so I got to go there against this guy. I got to lace him up. He ain't no different than me. So, my mindset would be, fuck him. Fuck Castle. Fuck Wemby. Fuck Vassell. Vassell. All of them. What's my man's name? Point guard nigga, man, all of them. Right? All of them. We giving out too much respect. Old school, we crack a nigga. Now, they don't let you do too much of that, but at the same time, you gotta put your hands on Wemby. You can't just let him, do whatever, have his way. Out top, he gonna do what he do, but it's gonna have to start becoming some big men that can play defense out top. So, I said last week the game about to be changing, around the world pretty much with this guy, being in the league. Tall as ever, got handles, can shoot, can post you up, so. But at the same time, right now, he's being given too much respect. Second season, go win something. Go win something. Go get in the playoffs. You feel me? Stuff like that. Go get in the second round. Go to the Western Conference Finals. Then we can give you some respect. A little bit more than I think they, giving up now. That's all. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. This happens sometimes in sports, man. It's some teams that, they may not even be a good team. You just can't seem to beat them. You just can't seem to understand them. You just can't seem to figure out this play or that player. And it's pretty common. So the Spurs would be the kryptonite for the Thunder. But it was a point where the Thunder was becoming a kryptonite for the Warriors. So, Shea, has a certain way that he feel about Steph. He want to compete, he want to battle against him, and then he want to be known as the top dog. So every time that he playing against Steph, he giving his best, and he letting everybody know. So this situation seems similar. Those guys, Castle and Vassell, they want to, and what's my guy name? Left-handed, the point guard. He wanted to be known that, he's just as good as Shea. He was an all-star, I believe, before Shea, over with Sacramento. So it's just like, don't forget about me now. So pretty good team, man. Pretty good team. The Spurs. So, they got a young competing team. So they kind of similar, in that regard. They both young. Both got a lot of young players, can get up and down the floor, and they hungry, So I look forward to seeing this matchup for years to come. Chet Holmgren can kind of match up with Wemby a little bit, and they kind of going back and forth, a little bit with that. That's kind of becoming a little rivalry. And, with the Castles and the Vassells and, going against Shea and J-Dub, and this looking like it's going to be something to watch for years to come, man. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see it. And, if there is a team that's a kryptonite that can help them, then we can slide and then knock them off. Us being the Timberwolves, I wouldn't mind that either, Nikola Jokic delivered a historical performance Christmas night with 56 points, 16 rebounds, and 15 assists, leading Denver to a dramatic overtime win. Ant-Man also contributed with 44 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. What would you say these two performers, who would you say had the single best performance? We're going to start with you, DiBiase. Come on now. Come on now. You know who I'm with. Come on now. 44 points with a smile, man. 44 points with a smile. Yeah. Joker had 50, 55. They had 35 for, my man had 35, 34, 35, Brunson, for the day. But, and then Fox had 29. I'm gonna go with Ant-Man, man. 44. He hit the turnaround and put him in. That's gonna be that turnaround shot. Now, even though Joker had 50, right? They ain't gonna remember the 50 so more than they're gonna remember. They're gonna be playing that turnaround shot for years to come. Just like they play all the great stuff that all the greats do. That's one of them ones right there. Got his foot down. He put that foot down, planted, turn, spin, cookie, right? So I gotta go with that performance, man. 44, it wasn't enough to get the win, but the performance in itself, it was like the only one that really stepped up. I'm coming to get this game on Christmas. Like this is what we want to see our superstars do, especially the guards, the shooting guards, the two guards, some of the point guards. We want to see them go get the ball and take over. That's what we want. Like, Joker did what he did, but Joker's a big man. That's not all that sexy, man. The big man bumping a little bit, getting down bottom, up fake bucket. He can hit the three as well, but when we see Ant-Man go out there, and do what he do, shake, shimmy, go between his legs behind the back, step back, bump your chest, man, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. That's the Kobe's, that's the MJs, the D Wades, those type of players, the T-Macs. That's what we want to see. We want to see our superstars take over. And Ant-Man is definitely, one of the top superstars in the league. I want him to go out and get the MVP. I want him to be, the best, known as the best player around. But, we got to get through Joker them all the time, man. We got Joker out of there last year, the last 2 years, if I can recall. So, regular season, they get the win. They can have it, but, we know what's going on when the playoff time comes. Playoff time is all about Ant-Man all day, but just to answer the question, stay on topic. Ant-Man, his performance was the top to me. Now he ain't had the most points, but that performance is something that I'm gonna remember probably for like a week or two. Right? He went out there busting ass, turned it on at the end. He just kept his foot on the gas. So I'm going with that. Y'all kidding me, right? Y'all kidding me on this question. Boy, he had 55, 15, and 12. No. 55, 16, and 15, and y'all talking about who had the best performance. Yeah, Ant-Man, he got his little gun thing or whatever he do. Yeah, all that shit, cool. Yeah, he hit the three, turn around. Yeah, that was exciting, but come on, my nigga. Joker ain't the prettiest. He ain't the most dominant. He ain't got no pretty hook. He just grind and grit. That nigga just get grindy with it. Like, nigga can dribble the ball all the way up the court. You ain't gonna take it. He finding, making plays, back door, front door. You ain't taking it. You ain't stopping it. You ain't getting no deflection. Niggas hacking too much for me to go out the three. He can hit that with confidence. That boy tough, man. Man, if it wasn't for his performance, they would have lost, right? So, I like Ant-Man. I'm an Ant-Man guy. But, come on, man. 50 on Christmas. Come on, man. 50 on Christmas, everybody watching pretty much. There was a few football games on, but they diehard fans. If you're a basketball fan, you was watching on Christmas. You got to be the Cowboys fan. You got to be a Cowboys fan. I didn't watch no football because I don't like none of those teams. I don't like none of them teams. But I was watching this. I was watching these games, and I don't like all of these teams. But I had to watch these games because I know it's Christmas. Everybody watching. They're going to play hard, and they know everybody watching. So they the games to watch. I don't know what's going on with the NFL. But that's what they chose to do. Put games on the NBA day. It is what it is. Joker was the top performer of the whole day. Even with the comeback that the Knicks had, top performer. Because they also, withheld going into OT. So, definitely Joker. But, good performance from Ant-Man. Good performance from Brunson, throughout the day. Some good games, man. Fox had 29. Cooper Flag, 27. So, it was some good work. But no, 55, 56, 16 to 50. What? That's ridiculous. Don't ask that no more, please. Every all-time great dominated in a different way. Wilt overwhelmed the record books. Russell dominated winning. Kareem mastered longevity. Shaq imposes physical force. Hakeem combines skill and defense. Nikola Jokic controls the game intellectually. So we're going to have to come back to this now. We're going to be probably talking about it for quite some while. Fellas, in your opinion, is Nikola Jokic the greatest center of all time? Yeah. I gotta get out of the. So sometimes we get stuck in the past. Sometimes we do. We get stuck on our time. But I seen Shaq, right? I seen Hakeem, David Robinson. I seen who else? Any of the other ones. I ain't get to see Wilt. I ain't get to see Bill Russell. I seen a little bit of Kareem, right? And when I think of those guys, they is not doing what this guy doing, man. They is not doing what Joker doing. Joker is getting triple doubles. Joker is bringing the ball up. Now, when the Lakers had Kareem and they had Magic, Magic was bringing the ball up. It wasn't going to be no Kareem bringing the ball up. It wasn't going to be no Hakeem bringing the ball up. I mean, bringing it up, from taking it out, bringing it up, dribbling it up, and you're not taking it, and you're not disrupting them, you're not speeding them up, you're not making them turn it over. What? Oh, he got to be the greatest. He got a 3-point. Let's go to all of the ones that are greats. The ones they consider the greats now. They got Wilt. I don't think he can shoot threes. I don't know, though, but I don't think. Bill Russell, I don't think. Kareem, maybe. Shaq, dead. Hakeem, maybe. Then they got, Moses Malone? Come on, man. David Robinson? Come on, man. Alonzo? Come on, man. Come on. And I don't mean to sound disrespectful to these guys, man, because I ain't making it to the professional ranks. But what I see from the Joker, man, he doing it all. He doing it all. It's almost like he being greedy out there. Like, damn, let somebody else do something. That nigga that nice. He that nice. If you can do it, do it. He that nice. Respectfully, I had to say no. And I want to make sure I preface respectfully, because we talking about greats, man. He is a great, however, his numbers seem to be off a little bit. So he got 3 MVPs. I believe Shaq got 3 MVPs. But when we go to the numbers, some of the other greats have better numbers than him long term. So overall. So let's see here no, I would have to say no, just looking at some of the numbers, Joker's numbers career-wise, isn't better than Kareem. Shaq is better than his. There's a few that got him in that department. He got the MVPs. That's more than all of the other centers pretty much. Shaq got 3. He got 3. However, he could have had about 5 at this point. But I just don't think that I will put him over Shaq. I mean, right now I wouldn't put him over Shaq. Right now I wouldn't put him over Hakeem. It is as well as I wouldn't put him over Kareem either. So I will put Shaq, Kareem, and Hakeem in front of him. Now he's creeping up the ladder when it comes to Hakeem and Shaq to me, because he's just as dominant as Shaq. He may not back you down, try and elbow you and dunk, but he got his own work in the paint. He got that paint work too. But I just think that backing you down and moving you and then dunking on you, hey man, that's something to be said about that, man. Like I said, I don't think that he is the greatest, because I think the 3 that I just named could, arguably be better than him. Then we going with Kareem, right? Kareem got all the moves in the world. He's quick. He got quickness. He got a little bit of handle. He got shot. He got short jumper. And he hit his free throws. So it's like, nah. Right, and the last one that I would go with would be Kareem. Right? Kareem got his own shot. Kareem got an unstoppable move that nobody can stop. You can hack him. You can't even hack him. You can't hack that move. All you can do is be taller than him and hope that you can time it and go up and get it. It's almost hard to stay in front of him and play him, because he's already 7 feet. Then he's going up at the top of the, it's like a Kevin Durant 3. You ain't gonna block that. So, I just think he got to continue to go on. But I mean, he don't have far to go now. He get one more MVP that might catapult him. He get one more championship that might catapult him, right? We look at the championships, and then we kind of like, when we look at the championships, it kind of like puts you in a certain category. Now, Kareem, 4 and 5 championships, push him back a little bit. Do we judge the person off the player itself, the team? But player to player, like, I would give these guys a notch over him, just a little bit, slightly. So, I would have to say, I would have to decline on him being the greatest center of all times. Out of the greats, all of the greats, we know who the greats are. We got Wilt, we got Bill Russell, Kareem, Shaq, Hakeem, we got Moses Malone, and we also got Joker. Which one are you taking? Are we gonna go over here with you, your hero? I'm taking the Joker. I'm taking the Joker over all of the greats. Wilt, from what I've seen and what I hear about Wilt, right? Because I wasn't around. Wilt came at a time he was the biggest. So he was 6'7", first 7-footer, but he played against 6'5" guys. You feel me? 6'3", 6'4", 6'2", stuff like that. So he got an advantage. That's kind of a little bit similar to Shaq. You was playing against guys when they could have been, the biggest guy around that time. It seemed like, was around like LeBron size. You was 320, 325 and up. They say LeBron was at 260. That was like, something, they could have been around that. Maybe I think Brad Miller might have been like 280 at the time. I don't fully remember. I got to do my research. 280 to 3, right, on the big guys. Like, but they also had the smaller guys like Alonzo. So it's like, okay, that's the size advantage. Whereas though, you just can overpower everybody. You bigger than everybody. You got more girth. You can, you can bowl them, all that type of shit. Like, not just the game of physicality of it. You really physically bigger than them. Like, you the big brother to all these little brothers. You just bigger than them, right? That's kind of the same category with Wilt and Shaq, right? Then you take a Kareem. You take a Patrick Ewing, you take a Olajuwon. These guys kind of got skill. They kind of got finesse, touch. They got that type of stuff, right? Joker got that too. Joker got a soft shot. He cocked that bitch back all the way up at the top. Get to the free throw, hit it. He get the three, hit it. So it's like, what can they do better than him that's gonna make me pick them over him? Yeah, Wilt score a lot, but yeah, you wouldn't do that in the modern day NBA like that, average 50, because somebody gonna be on you. Somebody like you were seeing footages of my man finger rolling the ball right over niggas, like right over the rim, just dropping it in. Like, come on, my nigga, somebody gonna kill that shit. In today's time, somebody gonna hack you, somebody gonna do something. But you was physically better than everybody. Shaq was a little bit in that same category, physically better than everybody. Couldn't make a free throw. He do a little joking shit, but he ain't dribbling the ball up the court on no good defender, and they going, you feel me? Like, so, you know, not knocking these guys. These are all greats, Hall of Famers, but I definitely gotta go with Joker, man. Like, Joker just got it, man. He can hit the shots. He find people. He tough. Like, you remember when he had the situation with the twins? He ain't soft, you feel me? You ain't doing anything to him. He got back up to his brothers. I gotta go with Joe. I got to go with Joe. Like, he ain't from where we from, but if he was, we would like Joker. Joker would be a nigga from out the hood. Like, Joker is a nigga from out the hood. From where he from, he out the hood, my nigga. He gotta get it out the mud. He'll get it out the mud type of nigga. So I gotta go with Joker, man. I gotta go with get it out the big get it out the mud, man. In terms of who I would take, I probably gotta go with Kareem. I gotta go with Kareem, man. Kareem wasn't the biggest guy, right? But he can get up and down the floor. He played against all of the greatest greats, you know. And at that time, being the biggest wasn't, you know, that wasn't that didn't make you all that good, that you was big and stronger than everybody. And, you know, that didn't do anything. Like I said, he had the sky hook. He was a pretty good defender. He wound up playing 20 plus years. And at the point, he was, until just 1 or 2 years ago, he was the all-time leading scorer. So, you know, he was pretty good himself. You know, he wasn't just no chop cheese, right? Then, like I said, to the element he adds with having pretty much the unguardable shot, like an unguardable move that nobody can stop. They just gotta pray that I miss it. You know, it's a lot to be said to have, you know, the sky hook or, you know, the Iverson crossover, you know, the Jordan fadeaway. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go with, you know, Kareem in that regard. Following the Christmas loss, the Lakers coach J.J. Redick had an interview where he said that practice was going to be very uncomfortable. Following a win on Sunday night against the Kings, Lakers center DeAndre Ayton had an interview, and he was asked, did everybody believe the rap? So my question to you fellas is, did J.J. Redick has the cachet? Do you think he has the cachet to be the Lakers coach? He's also, you know, like I said, putting out reports that since LeBron has been back, the offense has been struggling, or the team has been struggling offensively. You know, it's kind of like he's kind of stirring up fires, kind of like doing some of the old school techniques of some of the older coaches, but he's still relatively new. This is still his second season, you know, coaching as a head coach in the NBA period, let alone for the Lakers. So, do you think that Coach Redick has the cachet? Do you think he'll be able to be, you know, the proper leader or the proper voice for the Lakers moving forward? I think Coach Redick does have the cachet, right? He's a winner. He hasn't won on this level yet. He's still, you know, just young still. So I believe he has to, you know, kind of make his mark, right? So if he want to be, you know, a player's coach, if he want to be a disciplinarian, if he wants to be laid back, however, you know, whatever style he wants to have, he got to kind of like let it be known right now. He got Luka, right? So, you know, he challenging the organization. You know, he wants LeBron to play better. He don't think LeBron should take the last shot. LeBron think he should. You know, me, I think Luka should take it, right? But him being able to challenge the best player or one of the best players of all time or greatest, you know, that says a lot about him, right? That says a lot about him. He come from Duke, whereas though he was with a legendary coach that got to, you know, show him some things, and that legendary coach had some of the same similar situations, right? With the top high school players coming there, you know, coming to Duke year in and year out. I mean, you got to manage those mindsets, those egos, and you know, those games. There's only one ball, so you know he comes from that. So I kind of got to give him the edge, you know, whereas though I would say he knows what he's talking about. Right now, will a team buy into it? That's yet to be seen. It seemed to be buying into it. They, you know, fourth or fifth in the East, in the West, playing up and down. You know, they got some injuries. LeBron was out. He back now. Now, you know, what's the guy's name? The white boy's out. He's hurt right now. So, you know, just a few ups and downs, man. Maybe they'll make some trades around the deadline time, you know, just to switch it up, mix it up, or what have you. But I think he's on point to be one of the good coaches of the league. If he continues to coach with fearlessness, I believe he will. You know, one of the GMs will say him if it don't work at the Lakers. You know, the Lakers are like, you know, this glamorous organization, you know, so they're kind of like on a different spotlight. They're on a different spectrum as far as some things go. But just an average regular team, they would love to have a coach that challenges the best player to be the best player. Doesn't worry about the accolades or, you know, all that, you know, you've done throughout your career. They're just going to come and coach you. They just want to win, and they want the best for the team. So, you know, I think any GM would want that type of coach. You know, will it work at the Lakers? Being as though you have LeBron James on the squad, and you know he can seem to be a little sensitive at times when it comes to certain situations. But I mean, you know, it's yet to be seen. But he got my support. No. I don't think that Redick gonna be around long. He's not Phil Jackson. He's not none of these tenured coaches that been doing it for a while. This is only his second year. You coaching LeBron James, my nigga, the second best player of all time, or so they say. Then you coaching the next best player of this era, or one of them, Luka. So I mean, what happened last year with you know, y'all got in the end game and all that, like that can't happen this year. That can't happen. Y'all got to get to the playoffs, or you gone. You got LeBron and Luka, you gone, man. You can't be talking about you gonna make it uncomfortable and all this. You're gonna make it uncomfortable for yourself. You know, this guy is not even acknowledging you. The guy asked everybody, do y'all believe that? Y'all believe that? Man, that nigga ain't bluffing. Y'all believe, yo? And for your player to say that, man, that's like a slap in the face, man. That's a cold situation for your player to say that, think like that. First of all, think that way. Second of all, say it. Right? You could have kept that to yourself, but you know, he reserved the rest of it. But for you to say that, that's crazy. Right? But it is what it is. Like I said, he's a baby. You kind of came in off of the strength of LeBron in a way. So everybody think that this is a LeBron hire. But for the people that comes after LeBron, then they ain't trying to hear that. They just want the coach to be the coach. But if you leaning toward LeBron on this and you leaning toward LeBron on that, then you're going to have issues. He also stated that since LeBron has came back, the offense has been moving slow. it hasn't been working as efficient. So what are you saying? That LeBron shouldn't, you feel me? You saying LeBron shouldn't take the game-winning shot? Like, you just seem like you're ruffling the wrong feathers over there. And, those type of situations could come back to haunt you. So, I wish the best for him, but I just think, he really kind of, just being with the Lakers, period, man, there's always a spotlight on you, kind of like on a hot seat. So, as far as relationship-wise, I mean, that's what he want to develop himself. He want to think he going to fashion himself after Coach K, which Coach K seemed like a mild-mannered guy, but, he had his times where he had to get overheated. So maybe this is my man's attempt at getting overheated. Maybe not. We'll see. But I just think that he's not going to be around long if they're not winning. If you trying to get people to play to a certain standard, man, I can understand it. But it's a certain way you got to go about it, especially being with the world-famous Lakers.
Thank you for watching Superstars of Sports. See you next time.
You right now. Happy New Year.